In 2019, Audi released 3 new sedans. We have one of them here today. It's a new Audi A6. It has been completely redesigned. It does look pretty similar to the outgoing model, however. There are less rounded shapes though. There's a lot of horizontal, long lines. They extend throughout the body of the car. The front end is a perfect example of new Audi design language. Single frame grille is massive and it sits pretty low, so it reduces the visual height of the car. It also has optional HD matrix design headlights that produce very high resolution illumination, also feature high beam assistant and LED daytime running lights. On the sides here, the quattro flares are back and they're very well pronounced, especially the rear quarter panel really sticks out, gives it a more dynamic and sporty overall look. This one sits on optional 21-inch forged wheels with Y-shaped design. Around the back, we have LED taillights. Now the A6 does not have the light bar that connects the lights. It has the chrome bar, which looks really nice and extends all the way into the taillight right here. Now let's take a look under the hood. There's something new over there. It still has the 3-liter V6 engine, but it's been extensively rehauled, redesigned. Now it produces a lot more torque power due to the addition of a turbocharger. 44 extra pounds-feet of torque, and it drops 31 pounds of weight. So it's a lot more efficient too. The car has mild hybrid technology, which improves fuel economy by 2 miles to the gallon. Now, the average fuel economy is 25 miles to the gallon. Very impressive for a car this size with all-wheel drive system and so much power. Audi is known for building world-class leading interiors, and this time around is no exception. This is very pretty here. It's got this black piano trim that blends in seamlessly with screens, especially when the car is off. Has a lot of chrome and leather inside. This curving woodwork adds some warmth to the futuristic interior. Everything that you touch on the car feels really premium. It's either chrome, wood, or leather. There's also some Alcantara inserts on doors. Very nice touch. Let's go to the driver's side and see how that feels. Okay, I think that this is by far the most impressive part of the car. It's just a pleasant place to be in. Just look at it, all these beautiful screens with high resolution. No more knob controls for the MMI. Everything is shifted into the touch screen. So even climate control buttons are gone. So it should be pretty easy to use even for a first-time user, because everything has the same gesturing control as a smartphone. Here's the map, for example. You change the angle, you can turn it around, you can zoom in like this and zoom out. Very intuitive. Top part of the screen works for all the MMI options. You have the tiles you can rearrange. Very similar to the smartphone function. Telephone, back to the navigation. The lower section operates climate control. I really like how they did it. So if you go to dual zone climate, you can easily swap it into single zone by this kind of movement. If you hit the seat button, there's more options come up on the top screen, so you can really play around with adjustments of the seat. Tighten it up a little bit to hold you in the turn. A lot of customizations here. Next page is going to be for the massager. There's so many different options for the kind of massage that you would like. You can adjust intensity. This is just a lot of stuff here. This car has up to 6 profile users, 1 guest user, and you can create up to 400 personalized settings. Might take some time, but might worth the effort. Here's a beautiful park system. This is really impressive. You can see the car in 3D shape. Even if you turn on the blinker, it indicates it. You can zoom in, I mean, this is so cool. I mean, some other cars have that. It's just a really cool interface. The screens have haptic feedback, so it has a sound confirmation and kick confirmation to your finger. You can adjust the severity of it. Now the lower section can be used for a recognition pad to when you put in navigation info, for example, and you can type in by using the keypad. You can just write. Let's take a look. So here's the keypad, or we can go to the recognition for writing. You can write one after another, space, or you can write on top of the letters.
A-N, delete,
space.
space, M-O-N-I-C-A.
Very quick, very intuitive system. Start, guidance. Now we can put everything up on the screen right here, virtual cockpit screen. You can change the views. There's a couple of different setups for that. Wider view and more traditional. You can do a lot of stuff off the steering wheel. Cancel raw guidance. Switch to radio or media. Go to XM radio. I mean, the functionality is just outstanding here. A lot of information as well. Even shows you the drag of energy. Traffic sign recognition is a base camera system. Got driver assistance info here. This part will work really well when you have adaptive cruise control. So it's gonna have a lot of suggestions for you. Let's go take a look at the back seat. Now this is a Prestige model with power trunk opener, and you can use the foot kick feature to open it or to close it. Has a lot of room back there, some very massive trunk space. Have hooks for groceries. Let's close it. A couple more things here on the outside. I really like the soft open feature of the door. All you do is you pretty much pull the handle and it clicks the button and it opens the door. Minimum effort needed. Same thing with soft closing. So how does the new A6 drive? It drives really good, but it doesn't drive a lot different from its outgoing model, which is a good thing because the outgoing model was already excellent and this one is better in every way. We're about to get on the freeway and try out the power. We are in a sport mode right now. Later we can try comfort and auto. So this one is actually called dynamic mode. It puts out more power from the engine. The transmission shifts differently. It revs up the engine higher, so it will upshift later, downshift earlier. So let's punch it a bit. I'm at 50 miles an hour going. Punch. Woo. Okay, this thing is quick. I wouldn't say it's really fast, but it's fast. Troublemaking fast. Now let's activate adaptive cruise control and just cruise. I'm gonna set up the speed to 77. Engage lane keep assist. Now the car maintains the speed by itself. It maintains the distance to the car ahead of me. I can adjust the length of the distance. I can also adjust how aggressively it's going to accelerate and decelerate depending on how I set it in the drive select. I'm using lane keep assist feature. It's asking me to put my hands back on the steering wheel, so let's just do that. So I'm traveling 73 miles an hour. I don't hear any wind noise. There's a little bit of tire noise coming through, but it's 21-inch wheel, and I wouldn't say it's the best surface that we're riding on right now. Okay, there's some traffic coming up, so we might as well get off the freeway. So once we are slowing down and getting into the traffic, this adaptive cruise control switches into traffic jam assist mode. What it will do, it will simplify your traffic time. The car has an ability of coming to a complete stop and then accelerating to the maximum speed you set it at. If you're stationary for more than a few seconds, obviously you would have to tap the gas pedal. But other than that, the car will do everything for you. All you need to do is just touch the steering wheel occasionally so it doesn't pull over or calls the emergency for you. I mean, I like the drive. It's got a lot of power. Oh, pre-sense city just engaged. So the heads-up display here provides a lot of information. It gives me speed. It gives me speed limit. It gives me information about my adaptive cruise control, or even if I'm using regular cruise control, all the info is up there. Navigation guidance also projects into the windshield. You can turn that off by pressing the button on the dash though. Now, after the addition of a turbocharger, it has 369 pounds-feet of torque and 335 horsepower. The power gets delivered really quickly and through the 7-speed DSG transmission, or S-tronic as Audi calls it. I mean, I've been in the car for about 20 minutes and I'm really liking it. It's a very comfortable place to be in. If you're looking for a lot of speed, noise, and roughness, this is not a good car for you. This is a very comfortable sedan. It's something you would expect from Audi A6. I think overall it's a brilliant package. They did a really great job with this. I've always been a fan of a A6, and this time around nothing is gonna change. I only like it more the more time I spend in it. There's some more luxury at this point that you couldn't get before. Like this contour seating is very comfortable. It has a lot of settings for the seat. Great support. It's got ventilation and heating. Really nice. And I can turn on the massager. I have so many different modes to pick from. Yeah, very, very nice. Very clean. I think if you get one of these, you're gonna be really happy. If your wife is trying to talk you out of getting an A6, don't listen to her. Get it.